Moving on to the dashboard, I've created this convenience script as usual. Here we have, I just copied it in so that you can run this and the dashboard.py will run using the Streamlit command. So in this dashboard.py, let's do some setup first of all. So import Streamlit as st. We don't want pandas here actually. We will do def layout. And here I'll just do a markdown. I'll say Summer Olympics dashboard. And I will do another. I will actually copy this from the lecture note. No need to type it out. So this is just a description of the dashboard. And then I want to find. I'll do if Dunder name equals to Dunder main. And if this is the case, then I will run the layout. Basically just like this. So I will go into run dashboard and I will run this one. And you won't see anything right now, but I will change my screen so that you can check here. So now you have you see both the VS Code. I'll just do it like this, and you see the Streamlit, right? Like this. So now we have the code and we have the Streamlit. Yes. Okay, so now we will go into we'll get the data, and in order to get the data, we don't want to import it directly into the dashboard.py. Instead, I will go into working with different components, basically. So I will create a components folder, components, and here I will create a data.py. So basically for data, we want to import pandas as PD, and then we want to have we want to create a class for the summer games, and in this the idea is that here we will read in the summer games. So I will do def dunder init self.df equals pd.read csv, and here I will have a path, and basically I will use this summer games off, comma index call equals 0. Okay, and then we need to define the summer games path. So where should we define it? Well, I want to have a constants here. So I will have a constants type. And inside of constants.py, we will create this inside of constants.py. Let's do it like this. So we have popLib import path. From popLib import path. So then basically we want to find the data path. So data path equals to path of Dunder file dot parents. So basically parents of 0 will go to components, parents of 1 will go into the root folder, and from this one we'll find the data folders. Then we have data path. And then we can do summer games path equals to data path and concatenate it with this name. It's summer games.csv, like this. So why am I doing this? Well, I want to have a different, I want to separate so that each module is kind of more specialized into doing one thing. So we want to go more, it won't be exactly solid if you've learned about OOP theory before. So solid is single responsibility principle, open close principle, list of substitution principle, inversion dependency in principle, or inversion principle, yeah, and deep last one is dependency inversion principle. So we won't go into solid exactly. However, we will have some. We will move towards it later on, but we will start by just separate the concerns basically. So you want to have each class have one responsibility. Each module you want to kind of have one responsibility as well, so that not everything be kind of messed. So basically we have constants where we can import the constants from several different places, right? So we can reuse this module. So in the data path we will get this constant, right? So then we need to go into from constants import summer games path. And similarly, in the lecture note I've actually added winter games paths as well, and that you can also do when it's time for you to implement that. So basically we have the summer games path now, and we can use it. And I will create another class here. So class medals summer, and this one will inherit summer games. And what it means when it inherits it is that it will get the initialization code for free, right? So that means I will get this data frame. So basically I will do super dunder init. So I will run this dunder init inside of my init, because I also want to have an init. So def dunder init. Yeah, exactly. I want to run this one, and then I want to change the df which we will work with. The one in medal summer, I want this data frame to be self.df of medal. So basically all the medals, and I want to have not nah. And what this means, let's try this out and see. So if dunder name equals to dunder main, or let's do it like this. We can actually import this in the dashboard and show it directly in Streamlit. So in the dashboard I will import from constants import data, not constants, components. From components import data, from components.data actually import medal summer, right? So I want to have this medal summer, and then I can do st.data frame. Data frame I want to put in, so I want to create this medal summer. So medals equals to this. I will remove this later on, but let's try it first. Save this one, rerun this one, and we see an error. Let me debug a little bit, and I will come back. Okay, I have debugged, and basically the problem I found is that when you're working with paths, note that we were in the components before, and in the data I just wrote constants, because relative to the data path script, the constants is sibling, right? However, since we're running the dashboard outside, and we have to write the paths relative to the dashboard itself. So basically I have here components.data, right, import, and here you must also have components.constants in order for it to find. And then the next error was that yes, we want to have the data frame, right? So I just did medalsdf.df, and then we get the data frame here, and you can see that if we scroll here, we can see all the ones with medals. So basically we found all the ones with medals. So we can continue and see what we want. So go into data. I want to from here I don't want to type in .df in order to get the data. I want to be able to expose this. So using a getter, the property def data self. So this is what I will expose. I will expose self.df. So going in here, I don't need to write medalsdf.df. Instead I write .data. And I will rerun this one, and we see that the result is the same. Great. Okay, let's go on to continue implementing the data. So basically here you want to expose more of the data and do some simpler transformations. So let's do like this: class medals per country, and let's do some transformations here. So def dunder init, and what I want to have when I instantiate this object is basically df summer medals is medals summer dot data. And what this does is, if you're familiar with composition, is basically we have composed this object with another object as well. So then we can put in several different objects, or instantiate several different objects in order to compose this class. So this is composition. Before we used inheritance. So here, now we have the df summer medals, right, that we can use. And basically I want to have property here. So this one I want to expose outside so that people can use this property. And I will use summer NOC self. What do I want to expose? Well, medals per country equals to self.df summer medals dot group by NOC and find the medal, right? And this one we actually did in the EDA before. And I want to do counts, and I want to do dot sort values. Ascending equals to false, and so it looks like this: medals per country, and this is what I want to return. So return medals per country. So basically you have so this is for your summer, so per country, that's why I called it NOC instead, because that was the terminology they used. And what I also want to expose is the medal type. So property def summer medals type self return self.df summer medals dot group by NOC comma medal dot size dot unstack fill value equals 0. And basically what this does is that it groups by the NOC and the medal, and it will find out it will find the size of it so that you can and fill the values with 0 so that you can basically get the number of gold, number of silver, and number of bronze for each for the country. So it's medals per country, right? So save this one, and then we can move into another components. I will call it metrics.py. So basically you could in your dashboard directly use this data and do a lot of Streamlit front end. However, I will even try to keep that apart so that I will have another component to handle all the displays, for example, metrics display into the layout. And in this way, the layout will become more cleaner, but it's a matter of design choice. Yes. So I will move into the to the metrics now. Component metrics. So here now in the metrics, I will import Streamlit as st. Because now we will actually use Streamlit to get the data displayed in the front end, right? So from, I can't use data directly. Instead, I need to use components.data as we are in the reference view of our dashboard, right? So this one, import medals per country, and then I can do medals per country equals medals per country like this. And here I will do class metrics, and for this one I will do country medals top 5. So this is a method where we'll display the country medals the top 5 medals, right? Top 5 countries, right? So for this I can do a markdown. Top 5 countries with most medals. So this will be shown in the Streamlit app. And I will do calls equals st.columns. Columns 5. And then I will do, because I want to have 5 different columns, and for each of the columns I would like to have a metric. So for call, comma country, comma data in zip. What do I want to zip? Well, I want to zip the columns. Medals per country dot index. So the index I will get the country, right? And I will do medals per country dot summer NOC. So what this does is that it will loop until the columns has been exhausted. So it was only 5, right? So that will be exhausted first, and then the looping will stop. That's why this works. So then with call, so each column I will do st.metric, and the label equals to country. So here we get all the countries from the index, right? And then we'll do value equals to data. So it's the value that we get from this medals per country dot summer NOC. Okay, and let's try this out before we continue to build on this metrics. So moving on to our dashboard, we can basically, here I have the data frame, right? Before I have the data frame, I will actually do st, or I want to st, I will do metrics dot country medals top 5, like this. But I don't have metrics, right? So I need to import it from components dot metrics import country let's see, country medals top 5. Medals perfect. Let me see what it was called before. Metrics. We have metrics. We have. Yeah, we need to import the metrics. Metrics. So import the metrics, and from the metrics, let me see here, then we can have country medals top 5, right? Metrics. So then we can create like this. Metrics equals to metrics. And then we have metrics dot country medals top 5. Yes, this should work. Go into here, update this one, and there's an error. Let me come back and fix this. Okay, I have debugged, and one tip. Okay, first of all, it was here. It was medals per country dot summer NOC that I missed. It is this one that has the index. So one tips for you when you're following along is that you can print out each of the steps. So you can print out each of the data. So here, print out how this actually looks, like summer NOC. How does it look? How does the medals per country look, etc. And this is the way in order for you to understand the data and see what type of columns you can use, etc. How do the filtering go on? And basically, I've done this already in both the EDA, and I've printed it out to test it out, but I haven't shown all the steps here. So this will make it much easier for you to follow along if you actually do that, in case you get error as well. So here we can see that I've got then. So basically what we've done is that I've taken this metrics, right, this metrics component, and in this component I've used this country medals top 5, and in here the country medals top 5, it basically creates 5 columns and this subheader, and loops through the data to find the 5 top countries with most medals. So you can see it here. Here are the top 5 countries with most medals, right? So basically this is the idea. Like we have one place where we have the data and we do data analysis or data transformations. And we have one place where we'll one component for the metrics where we'll create all the metrics and display them. And we have one place for the constants where we have different paths, etc. For example, coloring and other stuffs. And then we have the dashboard with the layout, and here we call things and collect them basically. So we collect different stuffs that we want in order to display to show what we want. So with this we can continue building on. And continue building on, I will move on a little bit faster because the concept is similar, but it's basically just so the concept is similar, but it's just continue working on this. And you should do this in your own pace, but I don't want to make the videos too long. So here we have going on to the metrics, going back to the metrics. We will do another metrics here that will be called medals per country. And here I use the same medals per country as before. So I just copy pasted it from the lecture notes. And what this does is that it basically it will display the medals, and it will display it as the total number of total number and total number of golds, total number of silver, and total number of bronze. And also one thing special here is that we get the country as input. So basically what I want to do is that I use this country as input, and then I will filter this. So I filter out the country. So for example, in total here, we see that the value here is medal series of self.country, right? And similarly for the gold, we do summer medals type, and we take out gold and self.country here. And similarly for silver, we take out self.country. So we do filtering based on the country, which will come in here. So then next question is, where do we do the filtering? So what we want to do is to have some kind of we want to have some kind of selection, right? So select box, and for the select box we go into the dashboard, and also here we could have a separate component for that as well. We could have a filter component, but for simplicity I'll do it right here. So we could do like this, markdown. Let's see, medals filter country. I want to filter on the country. So selected country equals to st.select box select a country. And the options equals to let me see, then we need to have countries.noc countries, but we don't have a countries yet. So in order for doing that, we need to have a countries equals to countries, right? But countries doesn't exist, so where do we get the countries? Well, it must come from the data, right? So from components.data, we should import countries. And as for now, it doesn't exist here. So then we need to implement it as well. So under the data, we get countries through, let me do it like this. I will also copy this one. Copy from the lecture note. So here, the countries, we can see that we use self._df is the summer games. Let me see if we have summer games. Yeah, we have summer games here. So the summer games.df, the data frame. And from this one, we pick out the NOC, which is the country, and we take the unique of it. So basically, this is the property that we're exposing. So .noc. And here is another property which I haven't implemented. Okay. So basically then we have countries.noc, and we will get all the countries. Because we get the df and we get the noc, and we go .unique. And also this country dict, what I want to do with this one is to have to map the NOC, which is a 3-letter code, right, to an actual country. So example, Swe should be Sweden. So going to dashboard here, now it should work. So we have countries. Save this one. And let's see, did I save data? Yeah, it's save data. So here, now we have a filtering, right? So I can filter on different things. So then I filter on the country. And what I want to do is this country should go into our metrics, right? So I want this country to go into here, medals country, so that we can get the number of gold medals, total medals, etc. So then we can pick this medals country from the metrics. So metrics, components, dot metrics from medals country, right? So then we get the medals country. Let me check in the notes again. Then we have countries, medals country. So we can do like this, medals country equals to, oh no, it must be here actually. So we have the selected country, so we can do medals country of selected country. And then here we do display medals. So what this does is that we instantiate this object from this instance from the class medals country, and the medals country need to have this have a country as input argument, right? And then we use the method display medals. So I run this one, and we see that we can filter on different countries. Here China gets this, Denmark has this, Finland has this. So this is quite good, cool. And we can also use some CSS to style this. For example, we want to have gold colors, this is silver colors, bronze colors, etc. So there's a lot of things to do. Let's go on to having a graph as well. Okay, for the graphs component, we want to visualize some Swedish data, and in order to do that, we will need to go into data and we need to filter out for Swedish data. So basically here, before the countries, it doesn't matter where I put it actually, but in the data, I will make a Swedish summer medals. So I will copy this as well. So similarly, it's nothing new, so I just copy the code. So here I'll just explain it. We'll do some filtering, and we do filtering on the Swedish data. Actually, you can, if you want, have the country here and filter by the country as well. So to make it more generic and more usable for the end user. So I filtered on per athlete and per sport here. So save this and go into the graphs. And in the graphs we do like this. From components.data import Swedish summer medals. And here we'll use Streamlit as well, because I will display the data directly using graphs. So class Swedish summer graphs. And here def under init, let's do like this, self.swe medals equals Swedish summer medals. So I create this instance, so instantiate from this class Swedish summer medals, and here I can do some bar charts and for the medals. So def bar medals sport self data equals self.swe medals per sport, because this was a property, right? So we can get this data, and from this data I'll just do, instead of bar chart, I put in the data, which is a data frame, and we'll do the X label is basically a sport, and Y label is basically medals per sport, like this. And similarly I will do def bar medals per medals athlete top 10, and it's itself data equals self.swe medals dot per athlete dot iloc. I'll take the 10th top, And then I'll do st.barchart data x label equals to athlete and y label equals to medals per, let's see, medals per athlete. And as you can see, it's quite simple to extend this whenever you have the structure already. So basically we build a new something new in the data module with some new classes, and then we can call upon it. So we can use the data which we have filtered out, right? And then we create the graphs, and then we go into the dashboard to actually find this. So in the dashboard here, let me just go back to my lecture notes. So we have, we can create, so we have st.markdown, medals per athlete in Sweden, top 10. So this is a bar chart, right? So then I can do Swedish, I will import this as well. So I will from components.graphs import Swedish summer graphs. So then I can do Swedish graphs equals Swedish summer graphs like this. And here we have Swedish graphs equals Swedish graphs dot bar, let's see, bar medal sport like this. And similarly, I will copy this, medals per athlete, medals per sport, we'll do per sport here in Sweden. This part, bar medal sport, bar medals athlete, top 10, like this. So here we are in the dashboard, and we can see here medals per sport in Sweden, and we can see here medals per athlete in Sweden. So basically like this, and I will remove this as well, the data frame. I don't want to show that one. Yes, and here you have the dashboard basically, which can be extended on. We can have some styling, etc. But here you have it's lagging because of the video, not because the dashboard is not lagging otherwise. So this is the dashboard, and as I said, you can add some styling, you can extend it and build upon it so it can become much larger. And you can see that here we have graphs as well, which comes from our graphs components. So basically using OOP, we can easily extend our program to become larger and larger. And with this, I would like to thank you for watching this video. Thank you. Bye.